if Stone has a great early mid game, Keller doesn't need to worry that much.
It's actually possible that in the same vein that Omega deals or looks at their lineup as a one-man army, like just protect Kelra, they can just go ahead and take down one and then go from there for Kelra. So it works either way. Let's see if we can go to game 3 with this.
There's also a way they can do that. They can pull that off because they do have a massive amount of single target crowd control, including the Terrify coming in from the Valentina. So all of these factored in together can actually take out any single target of BREN Esports quickly if layered properly.
Which is what they were lacking in game 1. They had very little CC.
Yeah, so he even got him midair.
Oh, there you go. Forcing a flicker out of the Franco is a pretty good start from the Fanny. That means you don't have to worry too much about your level 4 invades, which will be happening very shortly. So wait for that in the next few seconds.
Yeah, it seems like the point you guys were making were that at a glance, yes, BREN Esports seems to have like the easier lineup to pull off, but when you really look at it, Omega has the tools that they need now that they didn't exactly have in game number 1. But I still think when you think about it, they have more boxes to take to make sure it happens.
Oh!
There you go. Here is the level 4 that we're talking about there, and perfectly executed by the free members of BREN Esports on the mid.
Key there was a Fuse Shadow Stampede. Just pulled Storm right where it needed to be despite using the flicker.
Yeah, the powerful tool paired up with that Kufra. You pulled your targets to the Kufra. Kufra bouncing balls. If they have any dashes, well, good luck on them trying to get out of that.
Yeah, optimal control, which was denied from Omega with all those bans.
Oh, Miko.
They're maximizing it right now. Great pull off on the Miko, although the Cult Altar will come out just in time. The damage is still possible here from Omega. Very, very healthy heroes open for the turtle.
Pretty good, though, I'd say, for Omega because they timed out all the ults, and Storm now has a call out of his own!
Oh, boy, look at that. Razor sharp. That movement coming in from Kyle TZ, I think, took Omega by surprise a little bit there. Although I'm sure they saw that coming from a mile away. Ogwen getting in position. He will have Tyrant's Rage up in a few moments. Will he go for it, though? Ryzen has to be careful.
Wow.
Kyle TZ secures that turtle.
Oh, Ryzen's in trouble!
Oh, Ryzen! Kyle TZ's not done with you. Renzio, I don't think he has even enough mana for a Guardian's Barrier, which can be used to stop a Fanny.
Despite Ryzen walking away with his life, the past couple of minutes have been disastrous for Omega. BREN Esports is another level this season. Their execution, especially in this series, impeccable.
Yeah, Omega need to watch out for that. Even though they get that pick off, just hope that Kyle TZ isn't going to fly by nearby because 2 times in a row now where it happened, it looked like Omega set something up, but then Kyle TZ just completely shut that down. Of course, with the other members of BREN responding right away, but that's 2 early kills on a Fanny with Assassin emblems, and it looks like he's building more damage items early on. My goodness, they have to be careful with this Fanny. Can't give too much.
Okay, Ogwen once more very comfortable on the Kufra to go ahead and front it up, even with a Franco in the midst of Omega.
We're about a minute away from the second turtle of the game. Purple buff just about to spawn for Kyle TZ. He needs that for the upcoming encounter. I'm wondering what this gold lane relationship looks like between Keller and Super Marco.
So right now, still very tame. It's going to be up to the rest of the team of BREN and Omega to determine how it's going to go down, who's going to get the early lead.
Oh!
There's a hook!
Oh, Ogwen will be hooked in by Miko, and a trio from Omega cleans it up. Nothing that the Kufra can do against that.
Yeah, and that means now Omega can help out. Oh,
Woo!
Kyle TZ. This one I was about to say something, said, all right, I'm going to trade that out. Omega were about to help Keller in the bot lane, but now they have to equalize in the mid lane, maybe even top after that solo kill by Kyle TZ onto Renjo.
Yeah, Renjo definitely getting the short end of the stick here for Omega.
I think it's at this point that Renzo just accepted the fact. He didn't even try to get away. He didn't even use his flicker. He wasn't near a wall. That earthen force didn't help him defend from Kyle TZ's onslaught that caught him by surprise. At least they do save their top lane tier 1. Flap TZ says, nah, watch this. Yeah. So now, turtle spawned. Immaculate pull by Kyle TZ. Let's see, Ogwen.
Ogwen, who's the target here, he did have the flicker but decided not to commit it to either Ryzen or Renzio. And now Kyle TZ says, oh, look, it's an opening. We can go for a turtle.
And with that, Turtle, Kyle TZ looks like he'll get that comfortably. Bottom lane, though, the presence of Miko and Kelra together. Kelra was able to get a good amount of damage onto that tower. Oh, bot side!
Oh, it's a different story here. It's a 2v3.
Oh.
There is a cult altar, but it's used by Stone. So that's going to be no saving grace here for Super Marco. Ogwen could not do anything to save the BREN Esports goal laner.
And now good call here by Omega. This is exactly what they need to do. With Super Marco down, you have to respect the scaling of a Harith. So with that shutdown, now it's going to be Kelra in the driver's seat in a much comfortable position compared to game number 1.
Signs of life from Omega here. The fact that they have made such leeway in the bottom lane allows for at least that Kelra game plan to be employed. And of course, that Harith rocking the Purify, not going to do much against Suppression. So that is something that Omega are just holding on to for dear life.
Yeah, they put all their eggs in the basket. They're taking care of that basket quite well, if I may say so myself. There are a little bit of a leak here and there on the map. I think they kind of just accepted that we got to make some sacrifices here, guys.
Yeah, Mirror pushed this all across the map. Bot side for BREN, top side for Omega, but BREN are trying to go top and try to force an issue there.
Yep, and Ryzen actually will be quite low. Assassinated once more by Kaltizi. They're just accepting their fates. There's just nothing they can do to stop him at this point.
It's at the point where BREN just points and clicks. Like if they want something on the map, as long as they can throw maybe 3 or 4 bodies at it, they can get that. But when is Omega going to be ripe for the taking? When can they fight back?
It's tough right now. They're going to have to fight together because with one of them even just separated, we saw there the mid lane. Ryzen was under tower. Earlier we saw Renjo. Kyle TZ!
Oh, he wants to go for it. Miko able to flicker out just in time. Renzo doing the same as well. The Cult Altar just slowing down the gameplay of Omega. Although now a lot of ultimates have been expended. 4 ultimates down for BREN Esports. Maybe Omega can make something happen.
Renjo saved that situation for Omega, being able to dish out a wild charge just in time to stop the members of BREN of continuing their sequence.
Nice hook once more. It is Ogwen. He's low. No Tyrant's Rage available. Means that he can't execute. He can't set up for his teammates. But it's not needed. He just needs the ball. And the ball is enough. Renjo, he's still here on the side. Keller is still doing some pretty good damage on that Moskov. Pushes Kyle Flapteasy away, but not towards the wall.
That was a tough situation for Omega. Timing was on their side, but the map wasn't. This is a weird place to be, especially when it's BREN Esports who's calling the shots. Ogwen caught out Stome. And yes, Stome did get off a cult altar, but it just wasn't enough. Whenever you have a cult altar, I think what's best is you lean into it. That was at best just a last resort, like, oh, I need to live maybe 2 more seconds, but it wasn't a spot where Kelra can free hit. So yeah, that's what spelled doom for that last team fight for Omega.
And now BREN Esports, despite all the efforts of Omega to keep this game closer, again, just BREN finding things as a team, and of course the individual play of Kyle TZ. Ogwen still seeing the mark. There's Flap.
Flap says hi, straight into the bush. Headstrong, no fear whatsoever. Will be able to dodge the hook. Can he try to make something happen here? Guardian's barrier means no.
Slowly but surely, Master Ogwen making some ground. Miko with the conceal play.
Conceal play, Miko. Hook will miss once more. That's a big problem. Although here comes Kaltizi. Maybe they can surprise someone here for BREN Esports, but they decide to back off for now.
Yeah, Flap TZ got off that first kill just in time to stop the bite coming in from Miko. As we look at the items, how desperate things are for the junglers. A big lead there for Kyle TZ. A comfortable lead for Super Marco, 1,000 gold. So 1,000 gold is what separates the key damage dealers or key role players here for both teams, the jungler and the gold.
I'm still waiting for the CC train to come in. Like, come on, Omega, where is it? Where is that maximum level of kill potential that you have with those crowd controls?
They have that too. BREN had that in space in game 1, but they have that too here. It's just they really just can't seem to find their opportunity, or BREN is doing their absolute damnedest not to give it. Now it's BREN looking for an opportunity right now with a big conceal play from base.
Oh man, that could have been something here. Ogwen just a little bit behind there of Flapteasy, spotted out by Miko. That will mean that they at least will have the opportunity to get first on the Lord this time around for Omega.
Yeah, this is very good for Omega. Let's see if they can get a target here. They can
Renzo.
start things off. You just
Box
have to be
out.
patient, not force anything.
Immaculate pull here by Omega as far as it can go for this Lord before resetting. It's this wombo combo, the duo of Flapteasy and Ogwin buying so much space and just ground for BREN. So much vision. Let's see, can Ryzen hold this long enough?
Oh!
No at home.
That was pretty close here. Ryzen's on the side. Ogwin will be the focus of the fire here for Omega. Cult Altar is going to be activated right there. Renzo, he's walking out. He doesn't have anything left in the barrel. But now, Ryzen is actually, he has an opening here. Flapteasy gets pulled back by Miko. Gorgeous barrier stops the advance of BREN. And it's a reset once again.
Well, I'll be damned. Almost what? Twice now. A perfect engage.
Oh, they finally do it! They lock down the Fanny, and this could be the opening for Omega here under the turret. They go, they take down the first turret, but look at Flap. Oh! Way to fight back. Few, he tried to go for the save, but it was too late.
That's why you pick up the Moskov right away if you're going up against that Fanny. A well-timed knockback onto a wall at that, hence why Kyle TZ got stunned. And it's Omega hitting their stride just like that from out of nowhere. Turn this game around with a free Lord.
All they needed was one.
Every single time. A hook!
Oh
Again!
my goodness! Another one here. Few comes in with the Cult Altar. Maybe a little bit too late here. Kyle TC, he's back on the field. But that will be a turret possibly going down. Keller is the target. Oh, he's not saved. Stone did not have the Cult Altar at that moment. And Renzo could be in trouble. He is next. He's being hunted. He's being stalked by BREN Esports here.
Oh, we're about to see the curtain call on the showstopper. Few looking for the pull. And that's all she wrote. Super Marco gets a kill.
Wow, just like that, BREN did not stay in the corner. They fought back, they punched back. They immediately got to turn things around over Omega, although Omega found that hook.
All right.
The Lord getting confused of where to go.
For those of you wondering, if the Lord enters the bush, yes, he does go out of vision.
Yeah, he resets.
Oh, what a sneaky Lord, huh?
I never would have thought I'd see the day the Lord get that confused.
In all our collective years in the MPL, it's the first time I've ever seen Lord enter a bush.
Yeah, okay. That was...
The Lord picked up a few tricks from Natalia.
We've seen
Mia.
Lord get led into the jungle, but never
Yeah.
enter the bush like that.
Never.
Maybe he's like, I'm tired of getting killed, guys. I'll do what you guys do. I hide in the bush.
Give me a break,
Let me
please.
check. Let me check if someone's here. All right, wait, Conceal
Oh! Concealed play at the hook on the right target. It's Ogwin. He's low, but the Cult Altar comes in time for him. The captain, the low member of Omega will not be able to withstand the onslaught that BREN suddenly
man.
activated in this moment.
Oh, and the kill to the Valentina ensures the wipeout. The bees will not get eradicated today. They walk into Barangay and scream, "Burn it down!"
Ladies and gentlemen, BREN Esports take game 2 and sweep the series against Smart Omega.
Just when you thought there was a small glimmer of hope for the Barangay to make a comeback in this game, they get shut down right away by one big play.
The moment is still playing back in my head, and I can only imagine what it could be like for the players of Smart Omega. Almost perfect timing. Kelra lighting up that one target that Miko hooked in, but it wasn't enough. Ogwin had another trick up his sleeve.
Oh, man. Ogwin, another fantastic game, but great responses from both teams, especially for BREN Esports.